are live, and this is number 60 of the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Just wait for some people to get over here from the Ramsey Show. Back to using OBS today. I think it stands for Open Broadcasting Software or something like that. It allows me to have like different windows and stuff open and such that YouTube Studio does not do. What up, Sid? Sid, were you alone by your lonesome all day today? Did you find some work to do there since you couldn't be trained? Or did you eventually get a trainer there? Oh, and I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me today? Last time I used this, couldn't hear. What up, AJ? I saw you, AJ. I saw you. I saw it happen, sir. I appreciate it. As well, not care. Okay. AJ, you're getting feisty lately. Feisty. I assume you guys can hear me? Yeah, otherwise you would have said something, right? Okay. Alright, we'll just wait another... don't have my timer. I need to get a timer. Alrighty. Sid showed one of the other people at the department the scheduling system. You're showing somebody the system. Is it the same one you've worked on before? And so you knew it already, or was it something you were just taught, Sid? Sajdi. Yeah, that's fun, Sid, but you can't really say Sajdi. You can't really say it. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll start. I don't know. No songs came up today, so I'll just do 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 do. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show where we talk about the Ramsey Show, Ramsey Show YouTube Chat, and the people in it, and all things financial. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I am a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment by emailing your contact info to CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram and Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. If you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, you can use the URL paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, or just log into PayPal, click on send money, type in my email address, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, and the amount, and then hit send, and it will go to me. Alrighty. As you can see, I moved my second monitor over to where the camera was, so this is a lot better setup today. Today's, so I wanted to do this. Today's Ramsey Show hosts were Dave Ramsey and Dr. John Deloney, friend of the Aftershow and author of Redefining Anxiety. Also, he and Rachel Cruz will be doing another money and marriage event July 16th at 8:30 Eastern Time. Free for Ramsey Plus members. Tickets start at $20 otherwise. The higher tickets have other things included with them. Alrighty. Thanks for the IOs, guys. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, like I have to ever tell you guys to type in something if you are thinking it, because you just type it in, which I appreciate, because I'm the same way. Market report. Down. Whoops. Down. Everywhere all over the world. Everything is down. Except the, let's see. Europe, all down. Asia, down. Crypto, all down. The only thing that was up was the euro to the US dollar was up 0.45%, and the US dollar was up compared to the Canadian dollar 0.38%. Now I don't know exactly how that works, so don't ask me, but that's the only deal. We have that going for us. Also, when it's down, you have to think about it being on sale. That's how you got to think about it when it's down, and keep investing, even when it goes down. Let's see what was up. Amazon and Tesla were up, as you can see. And let's see, is that all I have for that? Yes. Me looking beautiful. Thanks. Appreciate it. AJ probably has some meats he's thinking about cooking up pretty soon, I bet. We appreciate his being here, well, before that time, as much as he can be. Lost my mind for a moment. Sid brought this up in the chat, and I was already going to do it as a story. Wells Fargo tells customers it's shuttering all the personal lines of credit. The bank is shutting down all existing personal lines of credit in coming weeks and no longer offers the product, according to customer letters reviewed by CNBC. The product, which typically gave users $3,000 to $100,000 in revolving credit lines, was pitched as a way to consolidate higher interest credit card debt, pay for home renovations, or avoid overdraft fees on linked checking accounts. With the latest move, Wells Fargo's warned customers that the account closures may have an impact on your credit score, according to a frequently asked questions segment of the letter. The revolving credit lines, which typically let users borrow $3,000 to $100,000. I already read that part. Wells Fargo, this is what the letter said. Wells Fargo recently reviewed its product offerings and decided to discontinue offering new personal and portfolio line of credit accounts and close all existing accounts, the bank said in the 6-page letter to customers. The move would let the bank focus on credit cards and personal loans. Okay. Good calls or DFS. There was a Ohio DFS today from a village called Somerset, which is about an hour outside of Columbus. Where were you? I didn't realize you weren't watching the show. Burrito bowls: chicken, cilantro, rice, black beans, white cheddar, and sour cream. You're making it at home, not Chipotle? That sounds very yummy, though. Very yummy. Let's see here. So I think all the rest of these things that I have to talk about, let me check my... Yeah, our articles suggested by Field Reporter Actually, she lives in a city, not a field. But field reporter Sydney, and we have from the oh gosh, what is the name of this? ProPublica, investigative journalism in the public interest. Okay, these guys have gotten a bunch of tax records lately, and they've been like slowly coming out with different kind of exposés on things. And so AJ says he usually doesn't catch the show until after my show. That's weird, AJ. I did not know that. I thought you were always there chatting. I guess I just must have missed it and just assumed. You'll have to tomorrow during chat in the morning walk me through your schedule of what you do. But the title of this article is "A Billionaire Playbook: How Sports Owners Use Their Teams to Avoid Millions in Taxes." And basically it says, let's see, I cut some of this out to read. For the prior year, former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer reported making $656 million. The dollar figure he paid in taxes was large, $78 million, but as a percentage of what he made, it was tiny. Records reviewed by ProPublica showed his federal income tax rate was just 12%. That's a third of the rate LeBron James paid, even though Ballmer made 5 times as much as the superstar player. Ballmer's rate was also lower than a concession worker's, even though Ballmer's income was almost 15,000 times greater than the concession workers. And Ballmer pays such a low rate in part because of a provision in the U.S. tax code, which is when someone buys a business, they're often able to deduct almost the entire sale price against their income during the ensuing years. That allows them to pay less in taxes. The underlying logic is that the purchase price was composed of assets, which buildings, equipment, patents, and more that degrade over time and should be counted as expenses. So that's how they do that. What up, Mark? What up, CP? That would be Christopher Pittman, Pittman. He designed my YouTube banner and watermark and chat logo. And if you have any branding needs, shirts, hats, t-shirts, or just the art itself, you can get him at designed, past tense, designed by Pittman at gmail.com. Alright, let's see. Upcoming streams. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show is on every weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right after the Ramsey Show YouTube show ends. And tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Stephen Glenn and I will continue playing the NFL dice game Pay Dirt. We're currently in the second quarter, and the score is tied at 7. My Washington then Redskins and his Miami then and still Dolphins from the 1983 season. If they played in the Super Bowl, what actually happened was they drafted Dan Marino, and they got knocked out in the first round by the Seattle Seahawks. I will usually start a live stream just for chatting if the Ramsey Show mod has not posted that day's show by 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as was the case 3 times in the past 2 weeks. Alrighty. What do we have next here? Okay. And this is, again, field reporter Sydney. So if you guys have any problem with this content, you take it up with her. This is from grow.acorns.com. I don't know if this is from Acorns, the app. Might be. I studied the rich habits of millionaires for 5 years. Here are 10 things they have in common. And it says in quote, I was struck by how accessible their habits are for anyone who wants to build their wealth. And this is by Tom Corley. All right, millionaires take their time. Doesn't happen overnight. And we'll see how much this intersects with Dave's stuff. Millionaires take their time. You're not going to have the get rich quick. Let's see. More than 3/4, 80% of the participants in the study were 50 years or older, and they accumulated their wealth over time. Let's see. It took 12 years for entrepreneurs. So people that started a business, they were able to do it within 12 years. Millionaires love what they do. It says most, 86%, reported they enjoyed what they did for a living. About 6 in 10 pursued what they described as a dream or passion for their work. And I know how that feels, because I love the computer business. That was in a movie called True Lies from Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I had that, like back in the day when you could first, like in Windows, you could first set up your own sounds to be used for Windows, and one of the ones I used was, I love the computer business. Of course, in True Lies, he was a spy. He was not a computer repair person. Millionaires are always learning. Says 9 out of 10, 88%, shared that they read every day to increase their knowledge about their job and their industry. More than 3/4 reported they read a minimum of 2 books per month. 63 reported they enjoyed listening to audiobooks or podcasts while commuting to work, exercising, or doing housework. Millionaires prioritize their health. 63% reported they played sports in high school and continued playing competitive sports as adults. Over 3/4 shared they exercise at least 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week. Millionaires invest in their communities and mentor others. Philanthropy was a big focus for them. Almost 3/4 reported they volunteered 5 hours or more a month at local nonprofits. 27% on the board of directors of local community-based charities, helping them run their organizations. Another way millionaires got involved in communities was through taking part in the electoral process. Fully 83% shared they voted regularly in federal, state, and local elections. Millionaires are frugal. Definitely a Dave thing. 64% described the homes they own as modest. All of the millionaires he interviewed own their homes, all of them, and 56 own their homes for at least 20 years. Over half buy used cars. And this frugal mindset extends to their off time. Nearly all, 96%, said they spent less than $6,000 a year on vacation, and 41% spent less than $3,000 a year. And 84% shared that they never gamble. Millionaires like to plan ahead. The study participants all shared a dedication to their work, but about 3/4 of them reported they work an average of 58 hours a week. 44% reported they wake up at least 3 hours before their workday begins. Once the day starts, it's often organized. 81% have a to-do list. 1/4 of them kept a to-don't list too, to help them avoid time wasters. Millionaires build strong teams. The majority of the millionaires in the study shared with him that creating a community of positive, goal-oriented people was a big part of their success. Over 8 in 10 shared they had hired a team of smart, dedicated individuals that they relied on to help achieve their visions, including attorneys, CPAs, marketing professionals, and financial advisors. Yes, CP, hope you're feeling better. Yeah, not waking up 3 hours early. Neither am I. Neither am I. Like, I wake up like I'd like to do the longest time I can sleep and still get to work on time is what I like to do. Maybe that's why we're not millionaires, Sid. Millionaires are intentional with their money. Nearly half save 20% or more from the first day they started working. That would be interesting. And all of the millionaires have some form of retirement savings. Most have more than one source of income. 2/3 of them have 3 streams of income. 45% have 4 streams, and 29% have 5 streams. That's a lot of streams, and we're not talking about live streams. We're talking about streams of income. That's very interesting. I mean, I guess it's to be expected, though. I mean, they did become millionaires after all. Millionaires embrace failure. They took calculated risk as they built wealth. 27% said they failed at least once in business. They didn't let that deter them, though, obviously, since they became millionaires. More than 3/4, 80%, reported they are actively working toward one major goal at any given time, and nearly all of them attributed their success to staying positive, having a clear vision of their future, especially when times are tough. Alrighty. An hour early. Yeah, that's what I do as well. So an hour. I have about 20 minutes drive time, so time for shower and so forth. CP would be getting up at 2 a.m. if he got up 3 hours earlier. So he gets off at 7 p.m. and go to sleep on the way home. That's right. That's right, CP. That probably wouldn't be that good for you. Alrighty. Let's see what else we have from Field Reporter Sydney. This is from BusinessInsider.com. A millennial couple increased their net worth from $0 to $500,000 in 4 years by making 5 strategic money decisions. They had a $0 net worth in 2017. Now it's $500K. They started by changing their mindset about money and using apps to track their cash flow. They invested as much as possible, bought a rental property, and increased their income. Smart Assets free tool can find a financial planner to help you take control of your money. Click on this and sign up for this. Okay, let's see. They live in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Doreen is an event planner, and Lawrence is a federal auditor. All right. I'm not even going to pretend I read this in advance. So they changed their mindset and committed to building wealth. 10 years ago, they had a lot of debt. Several friends told him it would be impossible to build wealth, but he believed it was possible. They increased their income and lowered their expenses. Heard that before. They both had side hustles in addition to their full-time jobs. That's one way to increase your income. Lawrence is a financial coach. Imagine that. Though that business is not profitable yet. What up, Flash? Yeah, Flash, I think that was really him, despite me not believing it for most of the time. pretty sure. No, I mean nobody's confirmed to me. The I asked in the chat early. I asked the mod to confirm it, but he either decided not to or didn't see that. So, but I don't think you can fake the check mark on a YouTube name. Yeah, AJ believes it was. So we'll go with that. We'll go with AJ. They invested in the stock market. While Doreen and Lawrence still have debt, mostly student loans and mortgages, they decided to invest in the stock market simultaneously to avoid missing out on tax benefits and compound interest. I think some people's train of thought is that if I don't have debt, I'll start building wealth faster. But we decided to do our own thing. Yep, so they did 401ks, Roths, and health savings accounts that allowed them to build wealth while paying down their debt at the same time. They both max out the 401ks and get a 5.5% contribution match from employers. This, of course, not Dave Ramsey's advice at all. They max out HSAs, that's health savings account, and invest whatever's left over after medical expenses every year. They invest in a mix of index funds and individual stocks. Also not Dave Ramsey advice. In addition to retirement accounts, the couple has a brokerage account. 60% of that is in growth stocks, 40% in dividend-paying stocks. And they own 2 properties, one in Marlboro, Maryland, where they live, and a rental property in Tallahassee, Florida. They purchased the 2 properties in the past year, and both properties have significantly increased in value. The couple's equity on the rental property has more than doubled since 2017. It does not say if they are renting. I mean, I guess they both must be rental properties. So it does not say about what their housing situation is, whether they're renting or if that's a third mortgage. It's from Ghostbusters. Calm down, Ray. Everybody has 3 mortgages these days. That's when Ray had to mortgage the family home so they could get the equipment they needed and rent out the firehouse for a location. Flash says, that's so awesome. Love Dr. D and glad he was there for that abusive situation. Yeah, Flash, if you didn't see today's Ramsey show, he and Dr. D talked about it at the beginning. CP agrees that it was indeed the real John Deloney, which was his YouTube username when he first started. It was also alternate capital and lowercase letters. Somebody just got out of college, so yeah. Sid says that's some long distance landlording. Yeah, landlording. So yeah. Let's see what else we have. Jaw-dropping stats about the state of retirement in America. This from Yahoo Finance. Yahoo! You guys remember when Yahoo was huge? I'm trying to think who was... Google wanted to buy something. I can't remember if it was Yahoo or something that Yahoo later bought. But they offered them some kind of crazy amount of money and they didn't buy it. Or they didn't take the offer. and instead I think whoever the company was sold themselves to Yahoo for a fraction of what Google offered them just something like 5 years earlier. Something crazy. It's huge, AJ. I'll probably say huge the rest of my life like that, just for fun. All right, what are we doing here? Jaw-dropping stats about the state of retirement. Let's see. Again, I could read these ahead of time, but I didn't. Today I had to get my son and take him to my apartment because his mom is going on vacation for 10 days. Fun times. So I had to actually buy groceries for a change. Yahoo has Sid's throwaway email addresses. So there you go for everybody's knowledge. Let's see. The average age of retirement for Americans is 66, according to a Gallup poll, which is up from age 60 in the 90s. With Americans living an average of 78.7 years, I thought it had gone up more than that. That's a good 12 or more years of time to enjoy life after work at a hopefully slower pace. Of the 47.8 million Americans 65 and older, average income is only $38,515, according to U.S. Census, and their average net worth is $170,516. With numbers like that, saving up for retirement can be challenging. Here are other shocking statistics about the state of retirement in the U.S. Oh, that was a link. I think it's a link, but it seems like it's part of the article. I don't know. Young people think they'll retire early or until they're older. According to a Gallup poll study, when 18 to 29-year-olds were asked, they said they'll be able to retire early, closer to their early 60s. However, once they hit 30, that optimism wanes, perhaps due to the realities of making a living catching up with them, and also not being under 30 anymore. Retirement may be longer than expected. Average life expectancy is not a good way to plan for how much money you'll need in retirement. Many Americans live longer than the average of 78.7 years, going well into their 80s or 90s. According to the Social Security Administration, a healthy 65-year-old woman has a very good chance of living to age 86. And a 65-year-old man has a good chance of reaching age 84. Older adults should save for retirement that could last 20 years. Story continues. Click this so we get more money. More Americans are planning for a longer retirement now. According to TD Ameritrade study, 81% of Americans are shifting assets in preparation for living longer than their ancestors did by reducing expenses, buying secured life insurance, and maximizing their contributions to retirement plans. Many Americans are accessing retirement funds early. On the opposite side of those who are planning for a longer life, there's a growing trend of Americans who are dipping into retirement early. The same survey showed 44% of Americans aged 40 to 79 have taken money out of a retirement plan, while 46% of people 40 to 49 have done so, and 53% for people 70 to 79. Taking money out of a retirement plan early usually comes with financial penalties, so financial experts advise against this, absolutely. Not all Americans have retirement plans. 77 are saving for retirement through employee-sponsored retirement plans, as well as other options. So that leaves 33% without any real retirement saving plan. Americans are dropping the ball on savings, despite 77% having retirement plans. Many people just don't have enough saved to actually fund their post-retirement life at the same level as their working years. Americans aged 55, between ages 55 and 64, the median retirement savings was just over 107,000, according to a 2017 report from the Government Accountability Office, GAO. The GAO notes that this amount, which may sound significant, would only translate into a $310 monthly payment, and only if it was invested in an inflation-protected annuity. Do not do annuities. You can't count on Social Security, that much is certain. Not on that alone anyway, but if you do the math, it can't be there forever. So they're going to have to take some drastic action in order to keep it going. You could be forced into retirement before you're ready. 50% of people retired before they would have liked for reasons including layoffs, caregiving responsibilities, unexpected change in their financial situation, and health issues. People always like to do spam on Twitch. Well, when I say always, I got one when I did the co-stream on Twitch the other day, and one today, so that means something. AJ says, okay, I'll get this house paid off by 40. How old are you now, AJ? I thought you were old. Why did I think you were older than that? Assisted living is costly. Shocker. 70% chance that Americans 65 or older will need long-term care at some point, according to the Department of Health and Human Services. If that involves an assisted living facility, those costs can be incredibly high, and Medicare will not cover them. The median cost per month for assisted living facility is $4,051, and it's more than double that for a nursing home. That doesn't include other healthcare costs. This is why many older adults opt for long-term care insurance in their 60s. And that is Dave Ramsey's advice as well. Alrighty. Let's see, what time is it? 30. AJ is 32. I think I thought 30s, but I thought maybe closer to 40 by now. You're doing well, AJ. AJ, you're just a baby compared to some of us. Oh, speaking of Social Security, and we'll probably end on this one. 71% of Americans are worried Social Security will run out of money in their lifetimes. Why experts say that won't happen. Let's see what the experts say. Those worries have only increased during COVID. While urgent action is needed to fix the program, it won't disappear anytime soon, experts say. Well, let's find out why. Fears about the benefits program were highest among Generation Xers at 83%, and millennials with 77%, while just 61% of the baby boomers agreed. That's being worried that it will run out. What's more, 47% of millennials said they believe they will not get a dime of the Social Security benefits they have earned. That's okay, just pay into it so I can get mine. And then, then whatever happens after that, more power to you. Kidding. Many Americans, 59%, say they are more pessimistic now about the program running out of funding following the onset of the pandy. It would be awesome if this article said pandy instead of pandemic. Meanwhile, 19% say that COVID-19 has prompted them to reconsider their plans for claiming benefits, with 11% planning to delay filing and 9% planning to claim earlier. So the longer you wait to claim it, the higher the payments are. Is the deal on that? The trust funds on which Social Security relies to pay benefits have been running low. The last official projection by the Social Security Administration indicated those funds could run out in 2035. How old will I be? That is 16 years from now. 68. Which I am going to do whatever I can to try to not take any out till 70. Although if it's not going to be there, where was I? 2035. Last official projection by the Social Security Administration indicated those funds could run out in 2035, at which point 79% of promised benefits would be payable. That estimate did weigh any pandemic effects. That may be supposed to be didn't. Even so, fears the program will run dry and benefit checks will stop are unfounded, says, okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The Director of Economic Policy at the Bipartisan Policy Center. Many people hear the words insolvent or bankrupt and they automatically assume the program is just going to disappear. In reality, Social Security has been around for well over 80 years now, and it has more support than just about any other government function. It is highly unlikely that it is going to disappear anytime soon. So why? Are we just saying that it's unlikely? Well, it's likely. Congress taking a long time to act. Like if they all 100% agree on everything, it takes forever to get it through. That can create uncertainty for Americans. Moreover, the sooner lawmakers act, the less dramatic those changes may be. Higher taxes, benefit cuts, or a combination of both are among the adjustments they would likely consider. Benefit cuts would likely be less than 25% if they happen at all. There's an online tool to show how Social Security benefit cuts would affect a person's monthly check. Notably, the calculator does not include a scenario where benefits disappear altogether. Well, you wouldn't need one, because if benefits disappeared altogether, it would be donut in checks coming. The likelihood of it going to zero is as close to zero as you can get. I guess, this was a nationwide survey. It was conducted online by the Harris Poll between April 19th and May 7th. Included 1,931 U.S. adults. So they didn't really give me the concrete the reasons why the experts say that it won't happen. It's like, well, we think that Congress will do something about it, is I guess the short answer. Let's see, what else did I have? Oh, and we must not forget the Ohio State fact, not about Ohio State University, but about the state itself. And no looking ahead, Cincinnati, he had the first professional city fire department. Alrighty. Sid just assumes it won't be there. She's not actively worried about it. So, yeah, I mean, that's the best thing to do, is to plan your life without it, and then that way, if it's there, it's a little thing Dave likes to call gravy on the biscuits. On the biscuit. Sydney says, yeah, let's cut the almost non-existent benefits. So, yeah. Yeah, that's rough for especially us older people, where where you pay into it forever, and then it's like, well, we just don't have it anymore. Let's see, what else do I have to say about anything? Again, Coach Steve Money at gmail.com. You can send me any questions you have about anything. Excuse me. And you can also schedule a free consultation assessment by emailing your contact info to me. Instagram and Twitter, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And channel donations, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Stephen Glenn and I will probably be we're doing one tomorrow. Probably be doing another board gaming with Stephen Glenn sometime next week. And Bella and I hope to start playing another game next week as well. We have finished It Takes Two. That took us 13 episodes, 13 live streams, and those are all available in the what was the name of video gaming playlist on the Coach Steve Money channel. Once again, Rachel Cruz and John Deloney doing the Money and Marriage event, July 16th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is free for Ramsey Plus members. Tickets start at $20 otherwise. AJ's got to run. He's got some burritos to make. AJ trying to tell me I'm a spring chicken. Unless that was for Sydney. I hope it was for me. I don't feel like a spring chicken. And I guess that's it. This is where we say we're going to Arkansas that day. What's in Arkansas, Sid? This is where we say, just like it says here, and this is the YouTube banner designed by Christopher Pittman, meeting up with Hub's friends. Cool, cool, cool. Make smart financial decisions every day is what it says right here. So do that. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And I should have already been on the right page so I could end the stream, but I wasn't. And now I am. Bye. That's right.